All right, so we're getting back into it for the third installment in the series of the Law of Attraction, and we're talking all about frequency. And the point of this is to show you how your frequency affects what you're attracting. Still haven't had the coffee yet. Okay, so how does your frequency affect what you're attracting? Well, your frequency is the energetic field you're in. Think of it like a magnetic field. It's the same thing. Whatever your field is what you're going to attract into your experience. So simply put, if you're in a high vibrational frequency, you're going to experience and attract high vibrational experiences and attract high vibrational people and things. If you're in a low frequency, you're going to attract low frequency energy and low frequency experiences. And you can see this like if you wake up and let's say you're having a bad day, when you wake up or you feel negative, or you had, like my kid, if she has a bad dream and she wakes up in that energy, that's the energy that's going to get attracted throughout the day. So think about it like something happens to you negative that you've addressed as negative in the morning, and it just kind of spirals throughout your day. That's your frequency attracting like frequencies. Like it keeps spiraling. You can't get out of it. It's just one bullshit thing after another. The good news is, A, you can get out of it, and yes, you can change it. But first we have to recognize what frequency we're in. So I want you to think of energy and frequencies on a spectrum. So they go from love to fear, okay? And inside of this spectrum, there's lots of different frequencies you could be in. But consider you want to radiate at that frequency of love, at that frequency of expansion, love, connectedness, oneness, consciousness, authenticity. Those are all at the highest frequency point. So think of fear, scarcity, lack, judgment. Those are at the lowest point of the spectrum. And so at any given time, you can find yourself at one point on this spectrum. So think about this for a moment. If you're at a high vibrational frequency, you're at love, acceptance, authenticity, connectedness, and you're functioning at that most of the time, think about what you're going to attract into your life. Exactly, more of the same. If you're in the lower frequencies, what are you going to attract in your life? And we are in the thick of it this weekend specifically. So TikTok's on the brink of getting banned. We have an inauguration. There's so much happening in the collective that is shifting our perspective. And depending upon where you are, your frequency on the spectrum, you're actually going to have a completely different experience of reality. That's gonna get us into quantum theory, quantum mechanics, and quantum physics of our reality, that we're all kind of living in our own timeline. And sometimes our timelines merge and sometimes they separate. But the thing that has us merge or separate and who's in your field is all based on your frequency. So you can see your thoughts, feelings, and actions are creating your reality, and it's the frequency that you're holding along with those thoughts, feelings, and actions. So if you're trying to say nice things on top of a negative frequency, you're going to keep creating the frequency, wondering why the affirmations don't work. And what I've called that is like putting icing on the poo pie. So when you put icing on the poo pie, you're still eating a bunch of crap. You just think it's going to taste better. And look, I know that there's a lot happening specifically this weekend, but I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon. And this is where we get to control our frequency to change the reality we're in. Think of your life almost like a social media algorithm. Whatever frequency you're in is what you're going to see and what you're going to attract. You can control the algorithm. You can change what's on it. You can change what you're seeing, and you can change what's happening based off of your frequency. So do what you need to do this weekend to tend to your frequency, whether that's longer baths, more rest, going inward, and see how much you can stay in that higher vibrational frequency, because I promise it'll change your reality.